This bill is going to help face our challenges here at home. It sends a clear message to the American people that we're investing in safety, health, and the future of Americans. Let me just mention a couple of highlights, starting with community safety. We know it works to make our communities safer, and that investing in prevention and community police officers so you can walk the streets, know the neighbors, and who can help restore trust and safety to our community. That was President Joe Biden, March 15, 2022. What was he referring to? The funding levels that we had just 4 months ago. That's exactly where we'll be. I don't know where the comments that he's making, but this week we will pass a bill on this floor that will lift the debt ceiling, something the Senate has not done, something the President has not negotiated, and send it over to the Senate. Because we think this is a responsibility. And in our bill, it will limit the future growth of government, not cutting it, but limit how fast we grow. It will have savings, that it will claw back money that we have already appropriated for COVID. But the President signed the pandemic is over, so there's not a need to waste more taxpayer money. We can bring that back. And we will grow the economy, which in essence will do curb inflation, make us less dependent on China, and make Medicare and Social Security stronger by putting more people back to work, helping our supply chain, and paying into the system.
You can only afford to lose 4 Republican members. There are already 4 members tonight at votes who've said that they have concerns and are leaning against voting for this bill. How are you going to convince them to vote for this if you're not making any changes to it?
The same way we've done it every week when you talk to me about every other bill we're bringing to the floor.
Are you going to make any
Where are you
changes?
with the issue of the biofuel
We're continually
tax
working
credits?
through that. Yeah. A lot of them bring up a lot of issues there. Now remember what this bill is. This bill is to get us to the negotiating table. It's not the final provisions, and there's a number of members that will vote for it going forward to say there are some concerns they have with it, and that they'd be concerned about which things come up, but they want to make sure the negotiation goes forward because we're sitting at a $31 trillion in debt. That's larger than our entire economy by 20%. You just watched what the Congressional Budget Office said, that we will pay $10.5 trillion just in interest. And as all you know, because you're reporters and you've studied it, since 1940 till today, we've only paid $9 trillion. You watch for the first time in history with this president in the next 10 years, 3 of the trust funds will become insolvent. The highway, Social Security, and Medicare. We cannot sit back and ignore the problem like the president has. I know he does it with the border, and I know he's now doing it with the fiscal policy of America, and that's wrong. So we want to sit down, we want to work together, and that's exactly what this bill does, to put us in the ability to negotiate. And what's interesting is, it's not just Republicans who are saying that. Joe Manchin says we should negotiate. Debbie Dingell said we should negotiate. Marcy Kaptur said it as well. Amy Klobuchar said it as well. And for anybody out there saying, oh, you should just raise the debt ceiling, that's not what the president said while he was vice president, he was senator. He voted for 4 debt ceilings, and the 4 he voted against because he said the reforms did not go far enough. For those who miscalculate or misprint, I don't want to make sure you have that or you get Pinocchios if you write that the debt ceiling was just raised under Trump. No, it was not. It was negotiated with Nancy Pelosi. You could read Nancy Pelosi's quote, that you cannot raise the debt ceiling without negotiating the other. I don't know how they changed philosophy or policy now. But their argument was they just wanted to spend more money. And we watched when they took the majority and they increased spending by more than 30% in just discretion, that they added $6 trillion. What did it do? It brought us inflation. It gave us more dependency upon China. It put in doubt Social Security and Medicare. We cannot do that in the majority.
But
We're
what
going
is
to
there
put
to-
our house
what is
back
there-
on the
what is there
fiscal
to
order.
negotiate if the
Thank
White
you.
House has
Will you
effectively
reopen the bill?
rejected your position?
Our what?
Will you reopen the bill?
No, we're going to pass the bill on the floor. Wait, you guys not listen to my answer? Like, yeah.
Are you voting